Okay, so the present perfect, I use it for two cases. I use it for something happened in the past, still has an effect on me on the present time. And also I use it for what? I use it for talking about recent events. Very recent events. I've sent the email. I've met Muhammad. Okay? So some things are very recent. You understand? So again, so the present perfect has two cases. The first case is that I talk about something happened in the past, it still has an effect on me now. Second case is I talk about what? Correct. I talk about recent events. Some things are not very past, some things are recent. Okay? This is how I use the present perfect. That will lead us to another question. When we were actually talking about the sentence here, we had this sentence. Okay. When we were talking about since and for here, we have something new. What's that new thing? This thing. Have been. Both of them are have been. Then we have here working. We have here work. What is this? What's that? Like, if I'm going to ask myself that question, what's that? This is not the present perfect. Because in the present perfect, we said we have verb to have plus the past participle. Now we have verb to have, verb to be, ing. Okay, that will lead us to this, to talking about this. In the present perfect, we have two kinds. We have the present perfect simple and the present perfect continuous or progressive. So for the present perfect, we have simple and progressive. What's the difference between simple and progressive? Simple is like this. When I say, for example, I've eaten my lunch. I've eaten my lunch. So when I talk about this on the timeline again, because we always try to explain things through the timeline. So I've eaten my lunch. So it's like this. So here we have past, here we have present, and here we have the last one, which is future. Okay, that's the first one. Now let's take all of them. YouTube. Okay, take this, copy here. And let's take the same sentence and talk about something else. I say the other one. I've been eating my lunch since. We're using it since. Been eating my lunch since the morning. Yes, since again, since the morning. So what's that? Yes, when I say I've eaten my lunch, that something happened and ended, not in a specific time, without mentioning the time. Something happened, ended, but still has what? Yes, still has an effect on me here. So it happened and ended here, okay? But still has an effect on me here. But I've been eating my lunch, that's not logical. Talk about logical. I've been fixing my car. Okay? Fixing my car since the morning. Because eating my lunch since the morning is not logical. Okay, I've been fixing my car since the morning. What's this? Yeah, it it started here. So this action started here. Okay, that's I started. So in here, in this here, so I started started fix my car. So in this point, in the past here, in the morning. So here it's what? The morning. Now, in here that's happening now. So in this point here, what's this? This is, yes, this is now. Now, when I say I've been fixing my car since the morning, that means I started here and I will finish, yes, in the future. Very nice. So I start in the past, I finish in the future. So now I'm not done. I'm still working. So the present perfect continues. Something started in the past will end in the future. I'm not done. Very nice. So always continuous is about happening. So again, I've been fixing my car since the morning. So I started in the point in the past. So I started here in the point in the past here, and this is that's now, and I will finish here in the future. So here it's what happened and finished. So this one is what happened and finished. This one here, what it will end here. Okay, so it will take this time. We'll take this time. Will end here. So it will take time. It will take time until it's finished in that future. So again, let's try to imagine it again. Imagine the situation. When you try to understand something, imagine the situation. I've eaten my lunch. Okay? So that's the action. I've eaten my lunch. So that something happened and ended that I'm not hungry. I'm full. I've eaten my lunch. Now I've been fixing my car since the morning. Okay. Or let's give the same example. Now let's say, now it's 5. Now it's 5. Now I say, I've been eating my lunch since 4. That means, am I done? No. I started to eat at 4 and I'm not done until now. I started to eat at 4 and I'm not done until now. I will finish eating my lunch in the future. Okay? So, present perfect continuous, progressive. Something is started, something that started in the past and it's happening will end in the future. Okay? So these are the differences between present perfect simple and present perfect continuous for the sentence that we were actually talking about here. So because we had a sentence here when we talk about since and for, yes, we had here then and then. Now if we're talking about the form of the present perfect continuous, like this. So the form of the present perfect continuous is like, so it's verb to have, and after verb to have, then after then verb ing. So verb to have, then verb ing zero. So verb ing, which is okay. So that's verb plus verb to be plus verb ing. Now we understand it like this. Understand the tense. Now, so continuous. We said before, when we see the word continuous, what do we understand? We understand two things. We understand the first thing is time. And the second thing is what? Second thing is time. To be plus. So let's talk about time. Time, is it taking time? Yes, it's taking time, so it will end it. Now we have verb to be. We find verb to be. Yes, verb to be after have. After have comes the past participle. Verb to be past participle is been. Then after that, yes, we have what? Verb ing, which is a gerund. Is a gerund. Because it's because. That's present continuous. Now let's watch a video that talks about since and for.
Do you know what this sentence means? Well, obviously, the speaker is trying to give the listener an idea of the time period he has spent working at a particular place. But grammatically, this sentence does not make any sense. This is because we use since only when we are talking about a time period beginning at a specific time. In this sentence, we know that the speaker is talking about a certain time period, namely a number of years. But since cannot be used because the speaker has not mentioned when the time period began. Here are a couple of examples of since being used correctly. As you can see, in each of these cases, a specific starting time is mentioned. So let's go back to the original incorrect sentence now. How do we correct this? Well, it's quite simple. Just replace since with for. We use for when there is no mention of a starting time, but a time period is given. Let's see some more examples of this. As you can see, in each of these sentences, a time period is mentioned, but no starting time is given. And there you have it, the difference between since and for. Keep these points in mind and remember to keep practicing.
Hi, my name is Bob Wilson from autoenglish.org, where people learn English for free. This video is about for and since with the present perfect. Let's go. Imagine that now is the year 2014 and we are in LA, Los Angeles. We can say, I have lived in LA since 2011. And we can also say, I have lived in LA for 3 years. So, for is for durations or periods of time. Since is from a point in time. Quiz time. I say an expression and you say for or since plus the expression. Let's go. 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. Tuesday. Since Tuesday. 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. March. Since March. Christmas. Since Christmas. Easter. Since Easter. Half an hour. For half an hour. A long time. For a long time. The 14th of August. Since the 14th of August. Breakfast. Since breakfast. The beginning. Since the beginning. 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. Ages. For ages. 11 o'clock. Since 11 o'clock. My birthday. Since my birthday. 5 years. For 5 years. Well, that's the end of the lesson. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to watch more video lessons, go to the Auto English YouTube channel. And if you want to do exercises, go to the website autoenglish.org, where people learn English for free. Thank you and goodbye.
How to use since and for. Okay, so this is the difference between since and for. Since is for a specific time, for is for like a different kind of time, like for is for a period of time. Okay, now let's watch one last video about speaking natural English. So let's watch this video about natural English speaking.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Gabby Wallace and this is Go Natural English, the most awesome place online to learn fast, natural English in videos like this one. In this short video lesson, I'm going to show you a secret to talking to new people in English. There is a formula that you can use over and over again. That is to ask a question. Okay? Everyone, well, mostly everyone likes to help other people. So if you need help, or you can pretend that you need help, you can ask someone a question. All right? So think about this. Think about this formula. Okay, first of all, think about your environment. So where are you? Are you on the street? Are you at school? Are you at work? Okay, your environment matters for the question you're going to ask, right? And then you can think of the question that would make sense. So if I'm on the street, one good question I could ask for is directions. So for example, do you know where Commonwealth Ave is? All right, it's a big street in Boston. You might ask about food, like, excuse me, do you know a good place around here to eat? Or do you know a good cafe around here to have coffee? So ask for directions to a specific place or ask for a person's recommendation. Great? All right, so that's if you're on the street, right? If you're in school or you're at work, you're going to have to think a little bit harder about your environment and a question that would make sense for your situation. And I recommend, make a list of these questions either in your head or on a piece of paper so that you're prepared to talk to a new person. You won't have any problem with the language. The only thing is you have to walk up to the person, say, excuse me, and then ask your question. All right? So another point, a bonus, is that after you ask your question, your first question, and you get your answer, prepare a follow-up question, Q for question, right? If you actually want to have a conversation with someone and not just a quick question and answer that lasts 5 seconds, prepare a follow-up question, okay? Like, what's the best place to get a hot dog? Or what's the best place to get an espresso? Okay, so you can ask a more specific question. You could ask another question related to your environment or your setting. Or if it's not too weird, you might even ask that person who you're talking to, ask them for their opinion. Okay? So you have to use your judgment. You have to make your own questions because this all depends on your situation and your environment. So I encourage you to try writing out 5 different questions based on your daily environment where you could walk up to a new person and ask them that question. All right? Guys, thank you so much for watching. I wish you many wonderful conversations with new people. Learn more at my website, gonaturalenglish.com. Bye for now.
So after this video, you get to know how to actually speak and write and correct English. Nice English, make a conversation, write your questions, but do some effort now. So always people will think, okay, I'm taking a course, so after taking the course, I will speak English. It's not about this. This is not situation. Situation is on you, meaning they need to do something. Okay, it's like this. It's okay. We have the course, and we have you. Okay. Now we have the course and we have you. Now let's pay attention to something important. If we're talking about the percent, for the course it's 20% of the job. For you, it's 80%. Ooh. So I do 80%, the course 20%? Yes! The course is just a guideline. Okay? Okay? It guides you. So it guides you where to go, what to do, what to choose, and all of these things. Now you have to choose to listen to lots of English, watch videos, do a lot of listening, read books, try to create your own conversation questions, and all of these things. Okay? Now, let's recap what we talked about today. We talked about lots of things today. Today we talked about characteristics, we talked about how to speak to people, how to use updated English, updated language, and use easy language and easy stuff. Also about the characteristics, with some characteristics with these things. Now your assignment before next time, I want you to choose some videos and watch about their characteristics. Now, for example, some of these videos can be zodiac signs. Zodiac sign. Write on Google zodiac sign videos, characteristics, write zodiac signs traits, and watch the videos about the zodiac signs. You will learn lots of stuff, and you will learn lots of things about characteristics. Now, how to practice the things? To practice the English I need to speak. Now, some people will tell me, I don't have anyone to speak with. Speak with yourself. Isn't it crazy to speak with myself? No, of course, it's not crazy. Now, try to picture scenarios here and try to think about the things in English. Like, for example, you have a situation, you have a problem, or you have something you're thinking about. Think about it in English. Okay? Is it helpful? Yes, it's the first step actually of thinking in English. Because our problem always of speaking English is about thinking in English. Okay? So these are the advice for today. Thank you very much for today. Thank you for what's happening today. I hope it was useful for you today. Now, what I need from you is the things that I asked you to do. I want you to think in English. I want you to use your English to learn new stuff. I want you to learn English through listening. Listening is the most important thing. Think about it like this. Okay, with listening comes the natural speaking in English. Okay, so this was Ahmed Ragab from the Academic Professional Training. Thank you very much for coming today. I hope today was useful for you, and I hope for you the best in life and the best in speaking English. Okay. Thank you again, and I'll see you soon in next and upcoming session. Inshallah. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.